Right, so what people don't really understand in their planning for training or in their training is the difference in the planning of a training sequence, right? Most people don't understand the difference between long-term goals or long-term planning and short-term goals. And then you have also intermediate goals, but we'll just think of long-term and short-term. You see, long-term goals, for example, would be something like, I want to be able to, bench, 400 pounds and you're benching 400 pounds in a year and a half. Something like that, and that's being very conservative. But that's some kind of idea of a long-term goal, right? And then you have even longer goals than that, but just for the sake of making a video. Long-term goal. And then you have short-term goals, in 3 months, where I want to be, in 6 months, where I want to be, so on and so forth. But the problem is, with most people, is that they don't have an idea of what it takes to get something, right? And what it takes to get something kind of varies depending on different people. Some people will have to work harder for some things, and some people will not have to work as hard to get the same result, right? But in the end, when you are, this is how it should work. You should be thinking long-term with short-term goals focused within the long-term goal. Not the other way around. Not your short-term goals at the bottom as a foundation and your long-term goal on top. So I want to be able to bench for 400 pounds in 3 months, right? That's what people are nowadays, right? That's not really what's going to work, because now what happens is, because people don't have this idea of long-term and what it takes to get something long-term, then they start trying to take something or follow this magic plan or follow this magic workout, and then in the end it all ends up fizzling out anyway. And then if you do get the goal, you've probably pumped yourself up with many different synthetic things. Synthetic thinking, synthetic products, and a synthetic life. You see, for me, that doesn't work. For me, I want to be more organic. I want to be more natural. So to attain long-term goals, I said many times when people tell me something, oh, let's go do this, I have a good idea inside my mind and in my heart of how long it takes to get something. So for me, if I jump back in the gym and I get into a very serious program, I'll be able to put on pounds much faster than the next guy, because I've already been to higher levels. The other person, if they're super talented, will definitely improve fast, but still not as fast as me or the people that have been training before, right? So to go back to the long-term goals, that should be your foundation of your thinking. Long-term thinking, right? And what it takes to attain that long-term thinking. And then you have many short-term goals to fill that long-term thinking. You see? So due to the fact that we live in such a speed-oriented society, we end up trying to attain long-term goals in a very short period of time. And then we try and do all kinds of silly things in order to attain that. And it's not going to work. So in the end of it, my friends, have a long-term goal with many short-term goals that help you attain the long-term goal. So if your goal is 150 pounds later, when you attain 20, 30 pounds, that you've attained one short-term goal on the way to attaining the long-term goal. You see? So we live in a very short-term society with very short-term thinking. And then we don't look into the distance. You see? In order to look into the distance, you can't always look right in front of you. You see? So the long-term, you look in the distance from time to time to see where you want to go, and then you see when you walk a few steps further, you've reached a little bit closer, a few pounds closer than to the long-term goal. You see? So know what you're getting yourself into. Listen to people that have genuine experience in what you're trying to attain. And then make your goals realistic, right? Don't tell me you want to be the world champion, of squat, and you just started yesterday. It doesn't work like that, These things have to be based in reality, and a hope that is also rooted in reality, right? Thanks.